Hey guys, this is Church of Caboose, and in today's video we're checking out the Haunted Forest from the 2019 Festival of the Lost. It's this like Halloween-y, spooky type event. Now specifically what we're looking at in the Haunted Forest is how to get through as many clears as possible, as easily as possible, without having to feel like you gotta be like on someone's epic gamer level of like Glad and on a PC or something, because we're on Xbox and we're gonna hopefully give you tips that'll help you to get through branch 9 just like we did. A lot of these tips and things I'm suggesting you check out are things that we did from trial and error and just trying to be creative, and some of them were inspired from other YouTubers videos like Cactus HD for example. So let's get on into this. First of all, what is the Haunted Forest and why do you need to care about getting through 9 branches? Well, first of all, Haunted Forest is basically a spookier take on the Infinite Forest, and you have to kill these various terrors to clear a branch. So how do you clear a branch? Well, when you spawn in, you will start off at needing to charge a like little Pillander Vexy plate type deal, and once it's charged up, you can start the branch, and you'll notice you're at 0% enemies killed. Once you get to 100% enemies killed, you then go and fight a boss. You kill the boss, and that is one branch. In order to kill enemies and move to that 100% though, you need to go to these different platforms, and there should be a little like map indicator of where you should be going. So you might have some platforms where you go to where the door to go to the next area is red, so that means you have to kill all of the enemies that are called daemons and are glowing red. There will also be majors, and so that kind of is just a real like some in a nutshell how you go from 0 to 100% and what a branch is. And now let's talk about why should you care about getting 9 branches, because it is not easy. So like, why should you worry about putting in the effort? Well, if you are at base power of 950, meaning all of your gear is 950, like not counting anything with your artifact increased power, you only will level up by doing pinnacle rewards. And unfortunately, there's not that many options for pinnacle rewards, and one of them happens to be clearing through 9 branches in the Infinite Forest once a week. So you do it once on one character, you get a pinnacle reward of 951 or whatever your base power is at. And that's why it's important. And if you're thinking to yourself, but Church, I don't need to worry about these pinnacle rewards because I'm not 950 yet. I can benefit from everything. Well, hang on. If you like doing triumphs, and finishing up all kinds of stuff, that kind of collector mentality, there is a triumph in this Festival of the Lost for killing 75 of these terrors or bosses at the end of each branch. And the more terrors you can kill in a run, the less runs you have to do, if that makes sense. So this might still be helpful for you as well. So let's talk about weapon loadouts. What should you be bringing into the Haunted Forest? Well, machine guns ain't bad. Cactus HD has a video about using like how to get an easy 9-branch clear, and he talks a lot about using the Thunderlord. And that was definitely not a bad tip. I used Thunderlord myself. Another teammate used a legendary machine gun, and then another teammate of ours used 1,000 voices, and then eventually switched to Izanami's Burden. So like, you don't absolutely 110% have to use a machine gun. Some of that would just depend upon like what kind of armor energy do you have. Like I have some arc energy armor, and so I know I can get machine gun mods because you can only equip machine gun mods like ammo reserves, machine gun scavenger, that kind of thing with arc energy armor. And so like for me, it made a whole lot of sense to use a machine gun. But if you don't have arc energy armor, then you might want to look at something else like a recluse, for example. Also, if you don't have much luck with finding like heavy ammo finders, like you don't have many things that give you more heavy ammo bricks, then a machine gun may not be the best thing to go with 100% of the time, because he talks about never having to switch off. So like Recluse, for example, is fantastic. It's an energy weapon, so it uses primary ammo, it tears through the ads, and so it's a wonderful weapon to use in addition or in lieu of a machine gun. I happen to use it in addition to my machine gun, so that way if I knew I was running low on machine gun ammo or I wanted to save it for a boss or something, I could just use Recluse instead. But if you don't have Recluse or Thunderlord, what are some other good options? Well, if you have the Hammerhead machine gun, that's always a solid choice. You could get one of those seasonal rank up reward machine guns. That's also a really good choice because it's a machine gun. If you have Xenophage, that wouldn't be bad, but it wouldn't be as good for ad clearing because it does only carry 13 rounds, but it could do decent for a boss. Now, what are some options besides Recluse? Well, the Subjunctive is a weapon that you can forge, quote unquote, from the Vex offensive. So you just can go to Ikora, pick up a submachine gun, little quest like thing like you could for Black Army. You complete it, then you get a Subjunctive. So there you go. There's a submachine gun. Or you could go to the moon and do all that essence stuff and get the every waking moment. So those are some options as well. And as far as primary weapons go, I would not horribly worry about it unless you happen to have something like a mountaintop or some other like ridiculous either DPS dealing primary or an ad shredding primary. Otherwise, you more than likely won't ever actually use your primary, because I know I didn't. So that's weapons. All right, supers. Well, I would suggest we had a hunter and 2 warlocks, and so we just made it work. Our hunter ended up running the Mobius quiver with 6 shots because he said that he was able to make it where each shot did more damage than the first shot. So that first shot of tether, when he went boop, shot it off, didn't do nearly as much as the last 6th shot of his Mobius quiver did. And so that was really good for boss dealing damage, and it also boosted our damage. And so what we did with 2 warlocks is we both ran Nova Bomb. So he would use his super, we would wait for all 6 shots to be on the boss, and one of us would drop a Nova Bomb, and almost every time that's all we needed. Usually while the quiver was going off, I would be trying to tear it apart with a Thunderlord, and that worked for us as well. Sometimes we didn't have to use another Nova Bomb once the tether was done on those lower bosses. And so that's kind of what I would suggest you look at for supers. Now, if you have a Titan, definitely Hammer Strike. Hammer Strike, like it's awesome, especially if you have Peregrine Greaves, because they deal increased Hammer Strike options or damage when you jump in the air. So you just run at the boss, do a little bunny hop, swing your hammer, and you do a lot more damage. And then otherwise, hunters, you should be either Tether or Mobius Quiver. Warlocks, Nova Bomb, you can't go wrong with. You can't go wrong with well. You probably could do just fine with Chaos Reach, but we did 2 Nova Bombs and a Mobius Quiver Hunter. So now let's talk about the newfangled helmets, which make things even more interesting. These helmets can give you a huge advantage, and so you have a couple of different options that with unique perks, like Energetic Assassin gives you precision kills, grants grenade, and melee energy. And you got other ones like Vampiric Touch, which significantly increase damage to challenging enemies, precision kills trigger health regeneration, and increases the drop chance of heavy ammo on a kill. Then you've got the Higher Purpose, which is significant damage resistance while airborne, significantly increased damage to all enemies, increases the drop chance of heavy ammo on a kill. Now, what I would suggest you guys go with is the Energetic Assassin. Precision kills grant grenade and melee energy, significantly increased damage to the terrors, and then increases the drop chance of heavy ammo on a kill. Like, that was insane for us. We ended up all using that particular mod, or the Energetic Assassin, and what we found is we could basically kill the terrors with just our supers. We almost didn't even need weapons, because we could do the shadow shot thing like I talked about, then use a Nova Bomb, and for the most part, the enemy, the terror was dead. And granted, I was shooting it with Thunderlord while the tether was going off, but like, that's not a whole lot of ammo compared to you having to use mostly just your ammo. So I would highly suggest that you use the Energetic Assassin mod on your helmet. It makes a huge difference. Oh my gosh. We tried a couple of times and got really close, and then once we put on Energetic Assassin, we ended up getting it the next try when we were all using that because of the significantly increased damage to terrors. So quick recap: use clearing machine guns and other weapons like Recluse, other submachine guns, that kind of thing. Then make sure you're using your supers to your advantage, and if you're a hunter, totally run Mobius Quiver. If you're a warlock, probably can just do Nova Bomb. Don't really need it well if you're using our advantage, because you won't be in a boss fight long enough. And then if you're a Titan, use the Hammer Strike, and if you got Peregrine Greaves, slap those puppies on. Alright guys, I really hope this video helps you out. Again, we were on Xbox, this is nothing with PC, so like we can't move extra fast or anything like that perhaps is usually associated with PC people. So I hope you guys are able to get that 9 branch clears, or at least get farther than you've been able to and accomplish what you want to get done and get it all done. I am Church of Caboose, Have a great week, and happy grinding, y'all.